So when you hear the expression, God, I wonder what these streets would say if they could talk, Sarasota Street Talk is making the streets talk, and we're recording what they're saying. So that, to me, that is what Sarasota Street Talk is all about.
Sarasota Street Talk is to introduce people of the surroundings.
We're literally right now, we're downtown Sarasota, and we hear people all around us telling different stories. Those are the streets talking.
Hello, Mr. Day. How are you, sir?
Fantastic, Mark Klecka. How are we doing today?
I'm doing very, very well.
There's Patty Tebow.
We're just going to say Miss Patty. We're going to publicly announce Miss Patty Tebow in the house, right in front, waving at us, and there she is, right there.
Oh, that's a very nice offer, but
a nice,
I'm okay.
You know what we would like? We would like you to sit down and speak with us.
Yeah.
That's
with your empanada.
Bring your empanada.
Come back,
please.
Yeah.
Okay. As she walks away,
without
sitting down and stopping.
But she's going to come back.
But she's
going to
come back, and she's going to have an empanada with her.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. All right. I was wondering what that was all about.
How are you, man?
Good. How are you? You guys want to talk to us a little bit? Yeah. I mean, just a couple of seconds. Yes. Dr. Smokey, yeah. And actually, you know what? I would like to have you on because before, if you don't mind, because we have an audio view because the video corrupted last time.
What happened to our video?
It corrupted last time. But now we've got this all. We was using the other cameras and not this technology right now, which does it automatically. So this is great that we've got you on right now. So if you don't mind maybe doing a little bit more of what we did before.
No, I'd like
and this will go up literally by tomorrow. This whole thing will go up.
Very cool.
So, okay.
Yeah, cool.
So if you wouldn't. Yeah,
I'm Matt. How you doing?
Hey, man. How are you doing?
Good. Excellent.
This is Danny.
Danny, how's it going?
How are you?
Hey, Danny,
nice
how
to
are
meet
you?
you.
Nice to meet you. So, yeah, go and put on those guys.
Yep. We'll put that on. Okay.
And as I mentioned, just get very uncomfortably close to that mic.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you're close to it and you're like, feel like you're too close, you're not close enough.
Yeah.
So.
Their drink. Where'd you get the green drink?
On the corner.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
What do you got in there?
This is all powerful. This is like.
And seriously, we have to really get up close, sir.
Kale, parsley.
Oh yeah.
I drink it all the time. You probably if you don't want something this strong.
Yeah.
It'll come out both ends at the same time.
Oh, that sounds kind of nasty. Yeah. So if you could pull that mic up closer to you, either the mic to you or you to the mic.
Yeah. Oh, you're right at the end of the table there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just kind of bend over and almost touch it with your lips.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So I had a little bit of a backstory here.
Yes.
We had the pleasure of speaking with you about a month or so ago.
That was fun.
About 2 months ago.
That was
a
fun.
lot of fun. Different technology. We had the cameras and all that, so we had to manually edit stuff. And the most important track of it that had the audio corrupted, so the whole thing we had no sound. So therefore the video couldn't go up.
Oh.
That's why we only had that. So
we're going to start over.
We're going to do an interview again. So
you got a couple minutes to sit, or?
Yeah, just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not on mic. This is one of the best. This is one of the best keyboard players in town. He's my piano player.
Oh,
in my band, yeah.
Well, awesome.
All right, so tell us the story.
So let's go.
Yeah.
I told you my embarrassing situation. So please introduce yourself again, if you don't mind, and about what you do. And
I'm Dr. Smokey Santillo. I'm a naturopath, and I've written several books. They've sold over 10 million copies. And I designed a product called Juice Plus, and it's one of the largest selling products in the world right now. I sold the company. I don't own it anymore, but I started it and had it for years. And I'm also an acupuncturist, got a degree in nutrition, a PhD in philosophy. That's enough about me, right?
Oh, it's all good.
Go on and on.
It's the story, right?
Great, yeah.
I'm a cool dude. No,
you have a band.
You have a band, apparently, right?
Yeah. It's called Smokey's Session.
Okay.
Yeah. And well, what can I start with?
Well, no, let's start with the naturopath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The products, where one can go, and what makes this different from other brands. I don't know about.
Did you start it here in
but
Sarasota?
Huh?
Did you start it here in Sarasota?
No, I started it in Tucson, Arizona.
All right.
I had, you'll find this interesting, I had my clinic on the border of Mexico. And back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, there was clinics in Mexico that used what they called natural treatments, without getting too
Sure.
medical. So people from the United States would cross the border, they would get their treatments and stuff like that, and they would get supplements, and when they came back, I was the one that was monitoring, their supplements and monitoring their diet and all that stuff. And one day, my nurse called me into the room, and she was giving this person a clonic. You know what a clonic is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah. Yeah. In other words, you don't want one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
she
another
said,
podcast.
huh? Is it,
That's a whole other podcast.
yeah.
Subject.
This will keep everybody's
This is-
this will keep everybody's interest.
Yeah.
So
How
anyway,
Mark's colonic went.
it's the way of putting a tube, in the
Yeah.
lower colon and draw
Sure.
all this poison and everything, right?
Yeah.
And you can see what's coming out. And what was coming out of these people are capsules that were not broken down, not being digested. Now so I started calling doctors, around the world and saying, "Are you getting the same? Did you ever check this out?" And they said, "Yeah, especially on the people who are really sick." It makes sense. If somebody's got cancer, really sick, they got a weak liver, they got a weak spleen, they're not normal. And these doctors were giving them 40, 50 capsules to take a day.
And they weren't absorbing any of
They
them.
were not absorbing it.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So I started, my father got cancer during this whole thing. And we want to throw her into a mix or something?
Hmm? Oh, she,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Distracted by a pretty woman.
Yeah.
no, just a good friend to stop by here.
Oh, yeah,
really,
good.
really quick.
Good.
So.
Where were we now?
Capsules not
the
absorbing.
capsules.
Yeah,
So,
so I said I got to come up with something that everybody can use, whether you're an athlete, a pregnant woman, a child,
Sure.
whatever, something
Yeah.
that is systemic, has a systemic effect.
Yeah.
So these people can take a supplement and it would help whatever they're doing.
Sure.
In other
Yeah.
words, I wanted something, if somebody went to a naturopath or a chiropractor or a medical doctor, I wanted something that everybody could take.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
that's when I started, I was taking enzymes.
Yeah.
I was grinding up people's food, patients' food, my father and so on and so forth, adding enzymes, and overnight it got pre-digested. So
Yeah.
that was easy now for the people to digest,
Gotcha.
pre-digested. So I started dehydrating. I'd make the juice and I would dehydrate it.
So was this also the time when you started writing books about this and how
I think
this
I
worked?
had one book out at that time
Yeah.
called Natural Healing with Herbs.
Yeah.
And I was working for Nature's Way. Nature's Way is an incredible company.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now these people that were sick, could digest food because the food was 60% digested.
Yeah.
All right. So what I started doing is taking those foods, pre-digesting it, and drying it.
Sure.
Putting into powder form.
Yeah.
And I would put the fiber and everything into powder form, and I would put the juice powder and dry it, concentrate it, and put it in capsules. And basically that's what Juice Plus is today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And so what?
And then
so,
you sold the company. How long ago did you sell
I
the
sold the
company?
company about 10 years ago, I think.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
not, but I'm always involved, talking about it, doing it, and whatever.
So how long have you lived here in Sarasota?
13 years.
13. And how long have you lived in here in Sarasota?
12 years.
12 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
And-
So and how did you two meet? So you're work in the band together.
I needed a piano player, and he popped in. He's a phenomenal player. He fit good, and we had a 7-piece band at the time.
Oh,
Remember, Danny?
fantastic. Yeah.
We did all Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, all the stuff from the 70s and 80s.
all right. So
That's
we were
awesome.
we're
rocking.
going right into my question, like
Yeah.
what genre of type
Yeah.
stuff. So like
Yeah.
classics.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just mentioned.
We used to play on Main Street once a month. Remember, Danny?
Where'd you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, So over at Madison's. And Classico Classico used to have some well, they still had live music, piano.
Well, we used to play. We used
but
to play in front
in front of
of classicals.
It was called it's next to Smoking Joe's, which is no longer there either.
Oh, Smoke.
Okay.
Well, it is. It's Joe's.
Joe's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Brewster's, right next to next.
It was Z's. That's it. Z's.
Yeah.
It was called
Oh, back
Ah,
there.
yeah.
back in the day, back
Yeah.
before Brewster's. Okay, I understand. Okay.
Gotcha. That's good. And so are you still playing together?
every now and then. But I want to give you the backstory here on Smokey Santillo, Dr. Smokey
Yes,
Santillo.
please.
So there's always been this urban legend about a guy who lived out of the back of his car and became very wealthy and very successful. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the guy. He moved here from Buffalo, New York, got his car stolen, all his personal possessions, and he ended up developing this product. I mean, they
See,
were,
this is the story
they were
we're
home-
at. This is
the
the story
Juice,
we're getting
the
at
Juice
right
Plus
now.
product.
Yeah.
They were homeless,
Yeah.
that Smokey and his wife, and you know, he's got more than 10 books on the bestseller list. Frequent author, frequent speaker. He's spoken in front of millions of people about the Juice Plus product. But the story is, he never gave up. He'd been doing this for 10 years before they finally got successful at it.
Yeah.
And so, kind of the epitome of the American dream here.
Sure.
But not just to make money, because that's not what he cared about. He wanted to heal his father.
Yeah.
He wanted
yeah.
to
I
heal
could hear
his
that
father.
in the story. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the story. And he never gave up, in spite of FDA coming down on him, state regulators coming down on him. He never gave up on his vision.
Yeah.
And once it finally became clear that it would help people with their health, lose weight, that's when he finally started to see
What we
some
saw.
success from what he had done. So he's too modest to talk about it. So I'm going to be the third voice here and let you know that story.
But what a
Yeah.
great story.
Right,
I
right.
mean, it
And
really is.
Could you,
yeah.
And so could you do PR for me too? Like
Yeah.
at some point, because that was great. Like,
it depends
obviously
on your
both
story.
You guys are great.
It
But
depends on your story.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
clearly you've become great friends in the 12 years or so that you've
Oh, yeah.
known each other. So
Yeah,
yeah.
But there's truth to that story. I had to
Yeah.
live in a bus, and I plugged in the back of Dunkin' Donuts, and I worked in Dunkin' Donuts.
No, where was this in Buffalo? Or
No,
was
this was in Tucson,
Tucson, so,
Arizona,
okay,
when
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I was going to school and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, we lived in, and you know something, I never felt so secure and good in my life. We were sprouting all our food. We were making, like I said, we grind the food up and throw enzymes in there and eat it the next day. It was fantastic. It was a great
Yeah.
life.
That's
it's
amazing.
too confusing now.
you
you know?
A lot of options.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So, and then what made you move from Tucson to Sarasota? Was that after you sold the company? Or was
I went to Buffalo, back
Yeah.
to Buffalo,
All right.
you know, to help my father the last few years.
Sure.
And then, why did I come to Sarasota?
the weather.
I wanted to, I'm a sprinter. I'm a sprinter.
Okay.
I competed around the country as I did 100 and 200 meters.
Oh,
So I wanted to
fantastic.
come someplace where I had a rubber track. They have
Yeah,
a rubber
gotcha.
track here, and where I can train all year round
Yeah.
and still compete. And Sarasota was perfect.
Yeah.
And plus, I have a lot of friends here that are Juice Plus distributors.
Okay, gotcha.
So
so you're
It's
s-
a natural place to go.
Yeah. So when you were saying sprinter, like so, professional, you went around the
Oh, yeah.
country to different races, Olympics.
yeah,
like that.
I did.
How does one, like sponsorships? You just go to different meets. Is that how
yeah,
that works?
Yeah, you just well, you got to qualify. You know,
Yeah.
I ran in the Masters Olympics and was sixth in the world in both the 100, 200, and got a gold medal in.
That's
See,
awesome.
this is what I'm
4 by
talking about.
1.
These are the stories
Yeah.
that you.
I,
Okay, that's what we
awesome.
exactly.
I
what
won
it is.
the Nationals 7 years in a row, both in the United States and Canada, in 3 different events.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were those events? Was that the 100, 200?
100, 200, and the 4 by 1 relay.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
The
That's
relay
great.
is fun, you know.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it does.
There's,
Yeah.
there's so many. There's a lot of room for mistakes, though. You know.
And I noticed you mentioned masters then too. Right? So you were doing this later, a little bit later in life.
I started. It's funny. I started when I was 40 again competing, and
That's awesome.
you know, when I was in high school, the tracks were cinder, and the spikes on the starting blocks were this like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first time I went to practice, to try out for the team, I brought my spikes, which is like this, and I brought my stars block, and it had stuff like this. I walk out there and said, "What kind of track is this?" It was rubber.
Yeah,
I
you're
went
not
back.
walking
I,
out on
I
that.
went back in the car. I was still embarrassed because everybody knew what was going on. I didn't want to see this equipment from
Yeah.
1961.
Hey, what were they wearing? Like what small little spikes, right? For the
No,
rubber
man, they
tracks,
were
or-
long spikes because
Oh.
everything was cinder,
No, so-
cinder tracks.
But they like more recently, smaller spikes.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Is
and,
that what?
and some at all.
Yeah.
You know, some didn't have spikes at all on. You
Yeah.
know, I walked
Yeah.
out there. I got back in my car and took off, man. It was funny.
So this was all. So you were busy with the Juice Plus, with the running, with
Yeah.
sprinting, with the and then the books as well.
Yeah, listen,
So-
I'm
And
glad
they
you
all
brought
kind
it
of
up. I was telling my buddy yesterday, I don't know where I got the energy to do all that.
Yeah.
I had a full-time clinic. I'm competing. I'm writing books, from midnight to 4 in the morning. I'm seeing all these patients and everything. I couldn't do that now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's amazing. I mean, really.
Well, probably
it is
using your own
amazing.
product too. I mean,
Yeah.
you were involved in everything that you were doing that had to do with being healthy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
right.
product. You were doing books because
Kinda
of
all
the
fell in
product,
line.
the
Yeah.
running because the energy of what you were doing and all that.
Yeah.
It all
Yeah.
just kind of just worked together.
Yeah,
I think, right?
That's true. That's true. And there's a physician here, Dr. Zhao in Sarasota, and he's a acupuncturist, medical doctor, and virologist. He's an absolute genius if people want to go to a good doctor, Dr. Zhao. Because
Gotcha.
one thing about acupuncture, I know a lot of people don't know, you go to an acupuncture, and there's 14 major energy cycles in the body.
Yeah.
They're called meridians.
Right.
Okay. Well, the medical profession, nothing against them, of course. They don't know anything about meridians.
Yeah.
So when you go to somebody like Dr. Zhao, and he tests all the meridians, the body gets treated, the whole thing. In other words, if you went to him, he'd find the liver weak, low insulin. He'd find out this whole thing,
Yeah.
and then give you 21 needles. And then the formulas are thousands of years old. These Chinese medicine,
right.
and they knew how to balance things, and that brings in my book,
Healthy
Natural
living.
Healing with Herbs.
Yeah.
Chinese physician, their herbs are categorized. They work from the head down, feet up, inside out. It's a hot herb or a cold herb.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
In other words, so I took my book and I took the American herbs and put them in a Chinese context. So in other words, if
gotcha.
somebody's got a bleeding ulcer, you don't give them peppermint because that's considered a hot herb, as an example.
Yeah.
That's a hot herb,
Yeah.
and it starts from heating from the inside
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So that's the way they treat people with that type of medicine.
Keeping the body healthy. So this fits in line.
Huh?
That fits in line.
Yeah, this is good right here.
Yeah.
2 shots of
And
vodka. No,
what
just-
is that again?
This is they had kale,
Uh-huh.
parsley, cucumber, a little bit of carrot, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can that not be?
The average person doesn't want this. I drink juice all the time. This would.
What do you got
like I
there?
said,
What's that in there?
This
Well,
is,
that's a little bit different with a little bit of
that's
alcohol.
Beet juice and
Kool-Aid and Hawaiian Punch.
You gotcha.
yeah.
No, that's
So the doctor of the future is going to be a doctor to tell people to what type of doctor to go to.
Yeah, right.
That's
right,
what the
right.
doctor of the future. I spend more time telling people go to this type of doctor, go to that type
This
of doctor.
and that. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And once again, nothing against the medical profession, but they get thrown into situations where they really can't handle.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Because they don't. I mean, so the clinic that I had, you'll find this interesting. We put the patient in the middle. I got a medical doctor, I got me, naturopath, I got a nutritionist, and a chiropractor, right? And a massage therapist, and we question the patient, everybody at the same time. We get the history done, all of us. And then we meet as
Yeah.
doctors. What do you think? He's got a backache. Well, chiropractor says, well, let me give him some adjustments and everything. And the nutritionist to say, well, it could be dehydrated too. See, everybody throws in.
Yeah.
Now we
Their
walk. Now
spin,
we
yeah.
walk out and
Yeah.
say, look, we discussed your case.
Right,
Now you
right,
got
right.
6 doctors looking at a patient, and you'll be surprised what we find.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, and
Is the clinic still there?
no,
Yeah.
I think they all died.
Yeah.
Well, they were
The staff.
Yeah.
Let's just clarify. I just want to clarify.
yeah, not the doctor. Yeah.
I was just kidding. But I had my after I got out of naturopathic school, I studied with a doctor that was 82 years old, and that's where I learned something. He was both a medical doctor and a naturopath and
Sure.
an acupuncturist, and to watch him, what he does and
Yeah.
all the different equipment.
Assess
that
the
he had.
situation.
Yeah.
Of each patient. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, that's why physicians got to get along.
Yeah.
I
together.
think every doctor should have a nutritionist on staff. I mean, why not? That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
But They still laugh. You know, like my
What
sister.
people are eating.
My sister was telling me the other day. She was telling her doctor about me. You know, about a naturopathic medicine. He started laughing.
Yeah.
So she didn't pay him that day, and she didn't go back.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's rude. Don't you think
It
that's
is.
rude, man?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
quite sure why
absolutely.
people wouldn't,
Yeah.
at least doctors, be open-minded enough to know it's
That's a big
bigger
part
picture
of
of
health.
thing. It's
Yeah.
a health.
Yeah.
How can you laugh at the health end of the natural?
How about the
end of
power?
things?
The power
Like-
of the way they talk to the patient.
Yeah.
You know, when you walk in a doctor's office and there's somebody there, just smirking at you.
Yeah, fill this out.
They don't understand
Yeah,
what
fill
the
this
power.
out.
The power of suggestion should be
Right.
looked at first.
Empathy, right?
And you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
and you know what I learned from this doctor was really cool.
Yeah.
He said to me, Smokey, he says, if you want to help somebody, tell the patient your problem first. And it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A patient comes in, I say, oh man, I've been through this. You know, I was in bed for 2 years. I got poisoned, and so I know what it's like to be sick. You know,
That's
yeah.
That's a great way
Well,
to
it's
go
a-
ahead and get it out of.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now
So
they
that would-
trust you,
that would make you
right?
feel
so now you feel
comfortable,
comfortable.
right? Yeah.
Now I will tell you.
And it worked
like,
every
damn,
single
it's not-
time.
Compared to you, I'm doing great.
They'd come
I
in
start
and
to feel.
they'd come in and start talking about that. I said, "You think you had it bad, man? You should have seen what I went
What
through."
I went through, yeah.
And you're buddies with them right away, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you guys are doing this. You
Yeah,
guys, I
thank
mean,
you.
seriously,
Yeah,
man.
this is all about Sarasota and getting to know people that live here and why
Yeah.
people come here and why
Mhm.
we have an amazing farmers market, and this is all because
Dave-
of Mark. So
Oh, nah, hey.
it's
But
it's amazing. Yeah, it really
no,
is.
it's just
the
fun.
whole idea.
And it started off as a real estate podcast, and so we started doing this. That's right. And people, would go, oh, and we go in, we still talk about it, but really, it's about the streets talking. Like if the streets could talk, what would they say? And just like yourself, everybody here has a story, and everybody that all combined is Sarasota. You're Sarasota. The gentleman over there is Sarasota. That woman over there is Sarasota, and all together, that's what we're trying to capture here.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It just works.
It's
and
a great concept.
Yeah.
I know you don't know what these guys do. They just stop somebody, and and the person sits down like, "What's going to happen?" And these guys say,
they have no idea.
What's going to happen?
Instant
Don't tell me.
respect for those.
They say,
There's a
"Don't
little
tell me
nervous.
what's going to happen." They just it flows. And
Yeah, so we'll look at somebody, and when you go and get up,
Yeah.
watch our technique, and we'll stare at somebody, and we'll stare at them, and then say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
come here,
yeah.
give them a fuzzy
I get-
eyeball,
I-
and so sit down.
Yeah.
They'll be like, either, what are you doing, okay?
Yeah.
Or they'll be like,
Why'd you come to Sarasota?
Or they-
why are you here? And
or they put their invisible shirt on and walk by and pretend they don't
pretend
even hear
they-
us
they don't
as
know
we're
us.
talking right
Yeah.
to them.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh my
That
God.
happens
we have
on
fun with
occasion.
them. We have fun.
Yeah. How long you gentlemen been doing this?
I've been doing it just over a year. I'm a realtor downtown, and over at Caldwell Banker, right
Oh,
down,
you
just
are?
right down the street, down the
Uh-huh.
street. And this is my broker extraordinaire, my sensei
Uh-huh.
over there. So he graciously he's come to.
I come in as a guest. It's all about Mark.
Now,
I just come in as
I
a
didn't
guest.
meet you last time, did I?
No, I wasn't here
Yeah.
last
No.
time. So yeah, I was.
Nope.
It
Yeah.
was-
And
I
so-
come in on occasion. He uses me as a backup to the backup.
No,
if
that's
other
not
people
true.
aren't available,
That's not true.
So what happened the last time we did this?
It was a different type of videography. So we had multiple cameras,
Uh-huh.
as opposed to this one. We're switching on the fly. So like this is being recorded. What you see in the back is being recorded now, pre-edited. And so when we end this, it's going to be.
I'm not in it again.
Huh? What's that? What?
I see how
Yeah.
you're doing.
See, there you are.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
See, so we were
he
doing
could go back
right
between
here,
of the various cameras.
and it just
Yeah.
it through the app. It then allows for up to 3 cameras. Or
That's
whatever.
one camera
So I don't
there.
have to edit it, and because I had 3 different tracks before, one got corrupted, which destroyed. I couldn't make the show because I had to have each camera,
Uh-huh.
and then but I only had the sound. That's why when it went up, it was only like a podcast with that
Yeah.
graphic.
Yeah.
Now we can go ahead and do this, obviously, with this.
Yeah, when I looked at it, there was just a still picture of me.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
all I had was the audio because
Yeah.
of what happened.
Yeah.
So this is better.
But this is
And-
better.
So do you come to farmers market every week?
Yeah, actually I do.
Yeah.
I do most of my shopping right
Yeah.
here.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. And
So
it's the
let
most
me ask
crowded.
you a question.
Sure.
Okay. If you were sick, okay, what type of doctor would you choose?
What
I
am
guess it
sick
depends.
With? What am I sick with?
Good.
Right.
Depends on what.
Yeah, like I guess if
Your ailment.
if I'm playing a sport and I feel like it's like my ankle, right? If I twisted in my ankle and I was playing sports, I'd probably go see an orthopedist, right, or
Mhm.
something like that. If it's something on the internal, right, I'd probably start with my primary physician,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I think that's kind of
This is good.
you know,
This is good. What about you?
yeah.
probably along the same lines. If I knew, if I, in my non-knowledge, knew what it was, like if I was playing soccer and I broke my leg, well, emergency room, I guess, to go and do that. But specific on what it was, if I wasn't feeling well, probably my primary, and then have them check and then put me in the direction of what they think I should go.
This
Like
is good
internal. If it was, yeah.
When
to
I
trust
when
my-
I
my
was
primary.
when I first started practicing naturopathic medicine, and I would ask people this, 9 out of 10 would say, "My medical doctor."
Yeah.
You know, you got a backache, medical doctor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What if you're just dehydrated? You know?
Yeah.
And when I first opened my clinic, I was with a patient, and I had to walk out to get something. And there was a little girl sitting with her mother. And I gave her a little glass of water, you know,
Yeah.
the little girl and everything. And I went back in the office. I came out again. I noticed she drank the water. I gave her another glass of water, okay? And I went back in to see the patient. And then, of course, I walked the patient out, and her mother was crying because it was the first time the girl did not have pain in her stomach. She never went to school. She had to be taught at home. She had no friends because, you know, her stomach, she lived cramp over the pain. You know what it was?
Dehydration.
That's all it was.
She just was not in the habit of
That's
drinking
right.
water.
That's all it was.
That's why I'm sick all the time, because I don't drink water.
Well, there's a lot of things why you
Well,
say, but
there's so much
let's
wrong.
just clarify.
There's so much wrong with you, Mark. It's not just water.
It's not just water.
All right.
Yeah.
You had to bring thanks for
Yeah.
calling me out on that.
No,
All
it's
right.
amazing, right? It's
Uh-huh.
just listening.
You taking
right?
off, brother? Yeah, I got it. All right, Dan. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, man, thank you so
Dan,
much. Very nice
thank
to meet you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll give
Yeah.
you a call
Thanks,
later.
Dan. Yeah.
I'll give you a call later. Thank you, man.
Thanks for selling Tony.
Oh, dude, we got to talk later about your PR
He's
skills.
too humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
so I'm also an organist at the Baptist church down here.
At the Baptist Church, he's an
Fantastic.
organist.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
He gives up a lot of his time for
Okay,
his
see?
church.
Another story
Thanks.
that we need to
See
talk
ya.
to you later
Yep.
about
Yeah,
that.
he's going to have to come back. I want to
Okay.
hear about the organ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to put you on the spot like we did last time.
Uh-huh.
2 favorite restaurants downtown. I know, right?
Huh?
That's a little tough.
No, I just can't think of the names of them.
Okay. Can you describe them and we'll tell you?
Actually, I sang here for 8 months at Patrick's with my
Patrick's.
band, you know.
Yep.
And that's
$5 burger Mondays.
and yeah.
Fantastic.
Great spot.
But what's the one around the corner that is?
Classico, Element,
Come up a little closer.
Melvin's,
Oh.
Green Zebra, Selva Grill.
By the way, the Green Zebra is interesting.
Yes.
The people are
Yeah, it
from
is.
out of, a different country. Wonderful, wonderful people. I went in there the other day. I couldn't believe it. What they
Yeah.
had on the menu was all different stuff that
Yeah. No, it's great.
people should be eating every
Yeah,
day. I was
absolutely.
really impressed.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm glad you brought them up. Really
Yeah.
impressed. The mother came over and talked to me.
Yeah.
The kids came over and talked to me. It was like home.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I'll go down there and get something to eat when I
Yep,
get
so
down
You're
here.
done,
You know?
see? You
You're
just sold
welcome.
yourself.
Nice, we just helped somebody.
Green Zebra.
We
right?
just,
Yeah.
Green Zebra, we
Yeah.
helped somebody.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are your resource. So now I want to know, though, exactly who you're talking. So, what else? Well, we got the breakfast place.
Yeah, Green Zebra. Yeah.
No, the place we go to.
First Watch.
First Watch.
Oh, what
I'm
restaurant?
impressed with what they did at First Watch. Did you
The
see the
outdoor-
front they put
Yeah.
out?
Yep.
That's going to draw a lot of people.
Yeah,
It
it
changed
is.
the whole image of it, didn't
Yeah,
it?
and the whole idea is that it's engaged with the street now, right? And if
Yes.
you have more restaurants and shops doing that, then people come.
Which is
and
what seems to be
everything's-
happening here.
Yeah,
Like
right.
everyone's got the outdoor al fresco type
Yeah,
of
it's a
kind
great
of dining.
fantastic, right?
And they got that piano bar. The piano
yeah.
bar it's opening up
Coming.
over here by the Mark.
So what do you think is going to happen when we got another 10,000 people surrounded here? I mean, where's everybody going to go?
Well, there's
Well, they're probably
Yeah.
going to
buildings
shut down
going up.
Main Street, and then we'll
Yeah.
just be walkable, like
Yeah.
totally walkable. Seriously, if that's what happens, in my opinion, if that's what happens, then the city council will talk, because they're already kind of talking right now from Orange over to Pineapple,
Mm-hmm.
to at certain times of the week actually
Just make it
shutting off
pedestrian.
and make it pedestrian.
Yeah.
And because people can just go circumvent, and still get
Yeah.
everywhere they need to go.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, why not?
10,000 people come here at Palm Street Deli, or Palm Avenue Deli.
Yeah.
They'll be 24 hours,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
they're till midnight
And that's
now.
right. You
so-
have the apartment buildings that have come downtown, the more condo buildings. It just this what it brings. It brings all this activity here. It's
Mhm.
astounding, right? But this is obviously because of the weather, partly, but also because so many people are in town again. it's busy. I mean, this is one of the busiest days we've seen in a while, right? So it's great. It's fantastic. But yeah,
Yeah.
it would be really great if they consider just making this all pedestrian, or at least for a part of the hours of the day.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
going to
Part of
have
the
they're
time.
going to have to do something. I mean, look at all
Yeah.
this. It's just
It's gorgeous.
unbelievable.
And today, this week has been like, and we were talking about this earlier, probably double what we've seen before here
Yeah.
at the farmers
What's the
market.
population of Sarasota now?
It's about 50. The city of Sarasota about 56,000, 58,000, something like that. And the two counties, or each county is about 450,000, I believe, 500,000. So in the two counties combined, it's about 1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and obviously that's a pretty big, wide territory. But the city of Sarasota is relatively small, obviously, which is nice. That's what makes it pretty special.
Yeah, yep.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
So we can notice like increases, like, because really like last week and the week before it, prior to that, not close to the amount of people. So you can really see people starting to come down now.
Yeah.
Like we gauge it by the farmers market,
Yeah.
like
And
how
there's-
active the farmers market is.
We're starting to see Halloween costumes too.
Oh,
Those are starting to show up.
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
We like the Halloween costumes.
So I
It's that time
saw
of year.
ketchup and mustard walk by.
Oh,
Did you see ketchup and
fantastic.
mustard there?
Yeah, yeah.
You see how they got their dogs wearing stuff?
So
Huh?
oh, the dogs were wearing.
Oh yeah,
But
they
were
got
condiments.
their dogs wearing
They were like
things for
pickles.
Halloween
It
and
was-
stuff.
Dog was like pickles and onions.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So you said you're an athlete too?
I play ice
No,
hockey.
Mike,
That's
don't be shy.
That's my
What do you
my
play?
thing. Ice hockey here locally.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, up at Ellington.
Wow.
Yeah.
Old
So,
ice.
but
old JP Igloo. It's not
Uh-huh.
that anymore, right?
yeah, it's actually still has
Is
the
it
name.
still
and
JP Igloo?
It's really not what it's called. Really called the Ellington Ice and Sports Complex. But
That sounds a
the
lot
JP
better.
Igloo logo is still in the floor mat when you enter
Dated
the building.
myself
But
there.
yeah, that's very dated. But yeah, so I play ice hockey here. But my favorite was is skiing. I used to live in Idaho. I lived in Idaho for 7 years, Sun Valley, and skied out there. And so that's my favorite sport for sure. But hockey's best team sport I've ever played. Love it.
That's a
Yeah.
tough sport too.
Yeah, it's great. We love it.
Yeah.
It keeps us active, and yeah, it's just it works the heart, it works the body. It's very aerobic. so-
I did a research thing once on athletes. I was giving them no supplements at all, and I was going to see what they came up deficient, and they all came up with the same thing: electrolytes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there was a buddy of mine.
Lose it in sweat, right? Perspiration. So
Yeah.
you lose
Yeah,
that a lot.
there was a
Yeah.
buddy of mine. He played for the Buffalo Bills, and he would play half a game and have to come out because he was always cramping up his,
Oh, yeah.
his back and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We put him on electrolytes before and after every practice. If you work out for an hour, you can lose more than 60% of your electrolytes in your body,
Yeah.
especially through urine, through sweat, and everything else.
Right.
So I put athletes right now before and after electrolytes, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Makes a
Awesome
huge
what it can
difference.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No cramping and less fatigue.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a prep because you got to warm up too beforehand and be ready for the actual game. It's the same with hockey. You spend 20 minutes at least prepping, right?
20
and you're
minutes?
working. Yeah.
That's what you do.
No, not really.
I'm like
But
45.
stretch it,
I'm
45
like,
seconds.
If I don't do at least 45 minutes, I'm pulling a hamstring, I'm pulling a hammy. I'm doing something
Yeah.
bad to myself. Remember the day though when you're
We're
like
getting older for sure.
Remember when you were like 21, 19, you could just like jump out on the hockey on the ice or
Yeah,
like,
no,
go on the soccer field.
not
you
so
don't have
much
to-
now.
Not
No,
so
no, no.
much.
I've seen people pull
I'm pulling a hammy.
2 hamstrings in the first 5 steps
Yeah.
out there.
And that's like
yeah.
a
You know what I mean?
5-month
Yeah, yeah.
healing process
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
man.
that takes forever.
There's no
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
I was a sprinter. I said, go sprint. Yeah, you got
Yeah, no.
both hamstrings go at the same time, right?
Yeah.
No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
That's no fun.
All right,
Well,
man.
we really
thank you so
appreciate
much.
you coming by and
right, man.
sharing your story. It's great, Tony. Thank you very much.
My
Yeah.
name's Smokey.
Smokey, yes.
Smokey, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Smokey. And,
Yeah.
and please, Sarasota Street Talk.
Headphones off.
Hey, thanks again.
No.
I
Smokey,
appreciate
thank
it.
you very much. Yeah.
Sarasota Street Talk on YouTube. Check it out I'm going to say by Sunday, it will be up.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Smokey. Great to hear from you.
All right.
Great
Fantastic.
story.
All
Yeah.
right. There we go.
Another great resident of Sarasota.
A fantastic another resident of Sarasota.
Yeah.
And we delve more into the stories of, he told us about what he does, but then sprinter, author,
Juice Plus.
Juice Plus, like, it's amazing.
Homeopathic,
Yeah.
naturopathic,
Right.
right? The clinic in Tucson, like that's a story right there.
Right. There are stories upon stories. We need to have him back.
Pretty amazing.
All right. So
Yeah,
we're going to wrap this up. So,
okay. Absolutely.
Hey, we'll see you in a little bit.
We'll see you soon,
See you-
Mark.
hey, you stay classy.
You stay classy,
All right.
Sarasota.
All right, make good choices. Make good choices.
Make good choices out there.
All right, take care.